Hello viewers, my name is Ashok Sen Gupta and I am from School of Memory Sciences, Lucknow. Today this session is also belongs to topic capital structure and its theories. In previous topic I was discussed that how net income approach works. What is the theory of net income approach? In net income approach, if you increase the dividend, the overall value of the firm increased, cost of overall capital will increase, equity cost is less than cost of debenture, it is assumption. So, it is about the net income approach. Another theory which is belongs to capital structure, this theory is known as net operating approach. We also said net operating income approach, net operating income approach. This theory also suggested by Durand and is another extreme of leverage on the value of the firm. This is opposite to the NI approach, that is opposite to the NI approach. According to this, change in capital structure of a company does not affect the market value of the firm and overall cost of capital remain constant in respect of method of financing. So, this theory said market value of the firm will not affect by any change in the capital structure. Whatever the ratio of capital and debt being used in capital structure, it will not hamper the market value. Similarly, cost of capital always remain same, overall cost of capital always remain same, while in NI approach we saw with the help of numerical overall cost of capital decreased by using additional debt, debenture. But this is in this theory, it is clearly mentioned that cost of capital remain constant in respect of any method used in financing. This theory presumes that the market capitalization or market capitalize the value of the firm as a whole. The business remain constant at every level of debt equity mix, and there is no corporate tax. So, we are not including tax. So, this is a totally opposite thought by the author about the debt equity ratio, or we can say financial mix, capital structure. Here no change is going to happen in overall cost of capital. Let us see. Look this is the diagram or graphical representation of the theory. Yellow line denotes the cost of equity, green line reflects the overall cost of capital, and the red line reflects the cost of debenture. In x axis we take the degree of leverage, and in y axis we take cost of capital. If we put the thoughts of the theory as a graphical representation, then it is clear that when debenture increases, from here, debenture increases and it is moving this direction. This means in every aspects we increasing the debenture. We increasing the debenture which is parallel to the degree of leverage. But on the other hand, cost of equity will goes high, and overall cost remains same. So, overall cost also moving parallel to the leverage. As leverage increases, so overall cost remain same here, debenture remains same here, but cost of equity because it is always higher than cost of debt. Cost of debt is cheaper source, therefore, we take the equity from here. Suppose that it is started from the, if equity is 0, then the overall cost of capital equals to cost of debenture plus equity. If equity is 0, then the overall cost of capital is the total cost of capital, and when we increase the cost of capital, cost of debentures, in this theory cost of equity will increase, cost of equity will move upwards, this moves upward. So, this theory is represented by graphical representation like this. It is helpful in your examination point of view to understanding the things, to represent the theory of NOI approach, net operating income approach. Now, it is better to understand the theory by a numerical. Value of a firm on the basis of net operating income, V equals to EBIT divided by KO. V is value of the firm, already discussed. EBIT, earning before interest and tax, tax is ignored here, no corporate tax. So, earning before interest may be there, and K0 is overall cost of capital. The market value of equity according to this approach is the residual amount which determined by deducting the market value of debenture from market value of the firm. So, whatever it is the total value, V equals to we know S plus D. So, S equals to V minus D, S equals to V minus D. So, whatever the market value, debenture must deduct from that, and remaining will be the market value of shares, market value of equity shares. So, remaining part will be the market value of equity share. Now, how we can find out the cost of equity? So, cost of equity is earning after interest before tax, earning after interest before tax divided by market value of the firm minus market value of the debenture. We can do that, this one yours, this one we can now. So, by dividing the, if you want to in percentage, then we can add 100. We can, if you want to find out the cost of equity, then earning before interest and tax minus interest, that means earning before interest and earning after, I am sorry, earning after interest and before tax, earning after interest and before tax divided by net value comes from deducting V minus D, V minus D. It never be negative, it may be D, the value of D never be negative, it may be 0. If it is 0, the overall is 0. If it is 0, then answer will be 0 obviously. We do not have equity, we do not have equity, then there is no market value of the equity. Now, the question, because numerical always help to understand the topics, understand the theories. A question is, a company expects a net operating income of rupees 1 lakh. It has rupees 5 lakh 6% डिवेंचर. कंपनी का प्रॉफिट हुआ 1 लाख रुपीज़. कंपनीज प्रॉफिट इज 1 lakh rupees. It has 5 lakh, he borrowed 5 lakh rupees at 6% debentures, 6% interest rate on the debenture. So, a firm borrow 5 lakh rupees from the debenture holder and promise to pay 6% debenture annually. The overall capitalization rate is 10%. Overall, that means KO, overall capitalization rate, total आपका cost, total cost of the capital, total cost of the capital is KO and KO is 10%. Calculate the value of the firm and the equity capitalization according to the NI approach. हमें V निकालना है, वैल्यू ऑफ द फर्म निकालना है एंड इक्विटी कैपिटलाइजेशन कॉस्ट KE निकालना है बाय NOI अप्रोच. अगर डिवेंचर इंक्रीज हो जाता, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज इफ द डिवेंचर इज इंक्रीज टू 7,50,000, if debenture increase to 7,50,000, what will be the effect of value of the firm and equity capitalization rate? फर्म की वैल्यू क्या होगी और इक्विटी कैपिटलाइजेशन रेट क्या होगा. यहाँ पे हम लोग इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं डिवेंचर को और ये देखना चाहते हैं कि डिवेंचर को इंक्रीज करने से वैल्यू ऑफ द फर्म पर क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है और इक्विटी कैपिटलाइजेशन रेट पे क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है. तो सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे, वी हैव नेट ऑपरेटिंग इनकम ऑफ 1 लाख. हमारे पास कितना पैसा है, 1 लाख. ओवरऑल कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल वी नो KO, overall cost of capital is KO. Okay, just change it. So, KO is 10% मार्केट वैल्यू का फॉर्मूला मार्केट वैल्यू नेट ऑपरेटिंग इनकम डिवाइडेड बाय KO और ओवरऑल कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल. Hence, ₹1,00,000 divided by 10%, because it is in 10%, 100 and 10 100 ऊपर जाएगा. The answer is ₹10,00,000. Answer is 10,00,000. So, value of the firm here is 10,00,000. Again I repeat, value of the firm equals to EBIT divided by KO. याद रखिए, always keep in mind EBIT divided by KO, cost of equity. तो फर्म की वैल्यू निकालने के लिए EBIT divided by KO. EBIT here is 1,00,000. Net operating profit is given here. Net operating profit given here, and overall cost of capital is always also given 10%. So, 1,00,000 divided by 10 divided by 100, ये ऊपर चला गया. तो 1,00,000 into 10 into 100. Hence, overall cost of capital is 10,00,000. 10,00,000. Itna clear? Hopefully you understand. 10,00,000. Now, market value of firm. Market value of firm is 10,00,000. We calculated in previous slide. Market value of firm is 10,00,000. Less market value of the debenture. This is V, this is D, and this is S. We know that S equals to V minus D. We know that S equals to V minus D. So, 10,00,000 minus 5,00,000 is 5,00,000. Or you can say S. Equity capitalization rate, formula is earning before interest and tax minus interest, or earning after paying interest and before tax, divided by VD or S. VD or S, this one is S. So, here is the calculation. EBIT is 1,00,000, interest is 30,000. How 30,000 came? We have 5,00,000 debenture of rupees 5,00,000. We have debenture of rupees 5,00,000, and we are required to pay 6% as given in the question. We are required to pay 6%. 6% debenture. Okay. Now, this is ₹30,00,000. This is 30,00,000. Now, so 1,00,000 minus 30,000 bracket band, 10,00,000 V minus D, or we can say simple S, 5 lakh. This is 14%. When you take the percentage, this is 14%. So, by this is about the first step. For 70,000 divided by 5 lakh into 100 is 14%. This is the cost of equity KE when we have a debenture of 5 lakhs. When we have debenture of 5 lakhs here. Now, we add debenture, we add more debenture. Now, total debenture is 7.5. That means, we add 2.5 lakh debenture more in our financial mix, and we want to find out the impact on the equity share capital and overall. So, when we add, the value of the firm is remain constant, value of the firm remain constant, because overall cost of capital is 10% and in profit is 1 lakh. So, 1 lakh divided by 10% is 10 lakh. Previous slides I showed how it is calculated. Now, this is calculated by 1 lakh divided by 10%, simple. EBIT minus divided by KO. KO is constant, it is given in the question, no change in KO. Therefore, there is no change in market value of the firm. EBIT also same, there is no change in market value of the firm. Now, we add the debenture. So, debenture added. So, total debenture is now 7.5 lakh. Therefore, the residual remains for the equity share, or the total value of the equity share is 2.5. 10 lakh minus 7.5 2.5. 10 लाख आपको मार्केट में है, आपको 10 लाख चाहिए टोटल बस. अब 10 लाख चाहिए, उसमें आपने क्या किया कि डिबेंचर को बढ़ा दिया, तो ऑब्वियसली अपने आप ही इक्विटी शेयर कम हो जाएगा, मार्केट वैल्यू इक्विटी शेयर कम हो जाएगा. क्या हुआ वो 2.5 लाख. When market value of equity share is given here, that is S, again V minus D, V minus D equals to S, this is S, E minus I, E minus D. 1 lakh is of EBIT, 45,000 is 7.7 lakh 50,000 into 6%. This is the percentage we have to pay for the debenture holders. This is 45,000 minus this V minus D, or you can say S, this is S. 55,000 divided by 2,50,000 into 100, which is 22.5%, which is 22.5%. Hence, it clearly shows, when we increase the debenture, let us move to the slide, this one. When we increase the debenture, initial debenture 5 lakh, we add 2.5. Now, new debenture is here, suppose new debenture is near about here. Cost of equity initially label is 14%. By adding the debenture, overall cost remains same. If we suppose the overall cost remains same, cost of equity will increase. Now, it is 22%. Now, it is 22%. Hence, it is proved that by adding more debenture in NOI approach, through NOI approach we can find out that equity share, cost of equity share will increase. the expectation of equity share will increase because they are in heavy risk. You are adding more debenture, you are adding more debenture in your portfolio. So, equity shareholders having a risk, they are feeling risk, they want they want more debenture which increase your cost. So, previous cost is 14%, new cost is 22%, which is approximately 8% higher, approximately 8% higher than previous one. It is 22% and previously 14%. So, 8% higher. Therefore, through the NOI approach, it is clearly defined that there is no, if there is no change in overall cost of capital, value of the firm remain constant, but value of the firm remain constant, but cost of equity share, cost of equity will increase, cost of equity share will increase. So, my dear friends, hope you understand this video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.